Whoa, 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 whoa. Happy Monday. I hope you guys had a fantastic weekend. What can I say? It was filmed with football, soccer. It was filled with football. And I think, that was the main protagonist this weekend, if you will. But welcome. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Hope you guys are doing well. And let's get started. First and foremost, I want to touch, and this is going to be a quick video. This is going to be a video on the New England Patriots and the Jacksonville game. Obviously, if you watched or pay attention to the NFC game, Eagles hosting the Vikings, you know that was a blowout. I think it was 38-7. It was over at halftime. Eagles just dominated. But since there's a ton of Brady lovers, a ton of Brady fans, I say Brady fans because they're not even Patriot fans. The reason being is because they never, ever, if rarely, I'm sure there's the minority that gives credit to the defense. And yesterday was another, yesterday was another defensive win, right? Tom Brady did nothing for 3 quarters. He didn't throw for a touchdown. They got bailed out there in that going into the second half on that phantom, non-existent pass interference on Cook by Bouye, I believe. They were both bad. It was such a ticky-tack call that you don't call that in the playoffs. They were just wrestling. Both guys were tugging, and it wasn't like Bouye grabbed a hold of his jersey or his hand. And the ball was uncatchable anyway, right? So that was a 37-yard, I think it was like a 37, 40-something yard penalty. And then I believe either Deion Lewis or James White runs it in. And I think that's going into halftime. It was 10-14. Obviously all the momentum back to New England, right? And that was probably the biggest takeaway. And then offensively, right, they got bailed out with a few non-existent penalties that shouldn't have been called. And then the defense, at first you were like, okay, the Jacksonville Jaguars are just kind of marching down on this Patriots defense. Right? You didn't expect that to happen to a Bill Belichick defense. And then they put the clamps on in the second half and literally allowed the Jacksonville Jaguars to score 6 points on 8 drives. So before we get all giving Tom Brady the credit, pump the brakes. Look at what it is. If the defense doesn't stop the Jaguars, if they don't get that 3-and-out after that, I think it was that fumble, where Miles Jack strips the ball away from running back James White or Deion Lewis. I think it was James White, which, by the way, shouldn't have been called that. He should have been allowed to keep running. So if you rule it a fumble, and he hadn't been touched, I'm going to try if I can get an image or something. He hadn't been touched, so the play should have still kept going. But for some reason, they blow it dead, and it's a fumble, when in reality, the ref should have let that go. Miles Jack could have potentially scored, if not gotten in a really, really good field position. Then the defense, the Patriots defense, not Tom Brady, Patriots defense, gets a quick 3-and-out on the Jags, and I think the Jags scored, like I said, 6 points on the final 8 drives. And I don't understand when the Patriots defense is going to get enough credit. I actually went and dug into the vault of stats. I think it's Pro Football Reference for people out there who want to go dig these things up, and I probably think I'm just making shit up here. Let's just take a look at the Super Bowls that they've been in. Not just Super Bowl wins, the Super Bowls they've been in, right? 2001, 15, this is the defense. We're talking defense. and why the whole mantra of defense wins championships. it holds true unless for some reason you're Tom Brady and everybody thinks it's Tom Brady by himself. 2001 Patriots defense, mind you, Tom Brady didn't score a touchdown the first 2 games against, I think it was it Pittsburgh and Oakland. 15.6 in those 3 games allowed, the Super Bowl and everything. 15.6 points allowed by the defense. 2000, 2 years later, 19 points allowed by the defense. Again, 2004, 17 points allowed. 2007, historic year, right? You're talking about, that would have cemented, I guess you wouldn't really have an argument against Tom Brady at that point of him being the greatest. Could have been 19-0, greatest season ever in basically any sport. Defense, 16.3. Tom Brady led offense, who had been averaging 37 in the regular season, managed to score. Well, he only threw for 1 touchdown, but that Patriots offense scored 14 points and lost to Eli Manning. But the defense was only allowing 16.3. Giants scored 17. Who did their job here? I think the Patriots defense did their job in that 07-08 Super Bowl against the Giants. And somebody on the offensive side didn't do their part. An offense that was averaging 37 points per game with Randy Moss. Defense did their job. 2011 against the Giants. The defense only allowing, this is in the playoffs. I don't know if I clarified that these are all within the playoffs. 2011 defense only allowing 17 points per game. 2013 defense, I guess this is his worst defense in the playoffs that he's had, allowing 20.6. 2016, last year, his defense allowed 18 points per game. And in all 21 games that the New England Patriots have gone on to the Super Bowl in the playoffs, they're allowing 17.6 points per game. 17. That is, it's mind-boggling. I mean, these are defenses that Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, Dan Marino wish they had, right? And then this year, I mean, you're talking about completely shutting out the Jacksonville Jaguars team in the second half, 6 points, and then they dominated against the Titans. They really only allowed, I think it was 7 points, but the Titans got a garbage time touchdown in the final whatever. So yeah, Patriots defense does it again. I'm here to give the Patriots defense some credit. You Brady fanboys, go fight. I don't know who loves Brady. Maybe go watch one of their videos. But Patriots defense, for well over a decade in the playoffs. When they go on to the Super Bowl, I should say, because they did have that 10-year stint. I haven't looked into those stats. That 10-year stint, where they didn't make the Super Bowl. Won a Super Bowl, I'm sure the defense might have been a little bit worse, hence to why they didn't win one at the time. So yeah, next time these Brady fanboys try to tell you it was all Tom Brady, oh, he scored 2 touchdowns in the fourth. Yeah, of course. Okay, he's a great quarterback. Not trying to take anything away from him because you still have to convert those 2 touchdowns to win, right? But he did nothing in the first 3 quarters. Defense came to play all four quarters, and kept him in it, and were able to. And I mean, Tom Brady was put in that position so he could do what he did. So defense wins championships, guys. Who would have thought? What do you guys think? Was it all Tom Brady, or has Patriots defense, Bill Belichick's defense, been discredited, I feel like, far too long? Let me know what you guys thought. Hope you guys have an awesome day, guys. Take care. Much love.